Hello, thank you for another spiritual discussion. Let's talk about the spiritual and the physical according to Kabbalah. The spiritual and the physical are completely remote from one another, and there is no intermediary tool between them to enable the spiritual mind to activate and operate the corporeal body. Man's imagination uses the mind just as the microscope serves the eye. Without the microscope, he would not see anything harmful due to its smallness. But once he has seen the harmful being through the microscope, man distanced himself from the harmful factor. It is the microscope that brings man to distance himself from the harm and not the sense. For the sense did not detect the harmful factor. And to that extent, the mind fully controls man's body to avert it from bad and bring it near the good. But the problem is that they have no scientific solution as to how a spiritual object can have any contact with physical atoms to bring them into any kind of motion. Thus, scientists has gained nothing from all these metaphysical methods. All the vessels and the bodies, both from spiritual worlds and from physical worlds, are deemed spiritual or corporeal substance, whose nature is the will to receive. The will to receive prior to creation did not exist in reality, since the Creator has no aspect of desire to receive, as the Creator precedes everything. So from whom would he receive? And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. This is recorded in the Bible in Genesis chapter 2, verse 7. Here we find two creations, man himself and the living soul itself. The verse says that in the beginning, man was created as dust of the ground, a collective of molecules in which resides the essence of man. Since there is no past and future in him, we must realize that as soon as the Creator had thought to create creatures and delight them, they came out and were instantly made before him. The rule is that in the speaking, the mind is the best adjusted force between the Creator and his creatures. So the souls would perfect themselves and achieve the Creator's desire. To help them, the Creator created the ladder of worlds. The soul climbs down this ladder, down to the lowest degree, where they clothe in corporeal bodies of this world. Then, through the study of Kabbalah, the souls themselves begin to rise and climb up that ladder by which they had descended until they return to the Creator. The soul consists of light and vessel. The light of the soul comes from the Creator. Through this light, the vessel of the soul was created, being the desire to receive light, to enjoy the light. Hence, the vessel perfectly fit the light that comes to fill it. The beginning of the sensation of the Creator is a transition between this world and the spiritual world. This transition itself is called barrier. There are 125 degrees of revelations of parts of the Creator to the creatures between concealment and complete disclosure. These parts are called worlds. Kabbalists climb the spiritual world by correcting their desires or their intentions. They tell us verbally or in the text that the Creator has only the desire to benefit. He created everything to give us all His abundance. This is why He created us with a desire to receive, so that we can receive what He wishes to give us. The desire to receive for ourselves is our very nature, but in that nature, we are opposite in form from the Creator, since the Creator has only a desire to bestow and does not possess a desire to receive. Hence, if we remain in the will to receive for ourselves, we will remain forever far from the Creator. Kabbalah tells us that the Creator's purpose is to bring the whole of creation to Himself, and that He is the absolute goodness. For this reason, He wishes to bestow upon everyone. In spirituality, equivalence of form is determined by the equivalence of desires, which are qualities, intentions of our desires. The Creator wishes to benefit His creation, the soul. The soul is meant to receive the Creator's benefit by itself. For this purpose, the Creator created an independent creature, completely detached from Him. The creature does not feel the Creator because the light is higher than the soul. And when the Creator feels the vessel, it controls it and determines what the vessel will want. So, the soul must be born in concealment from the light so as to be independent, without the sensation of spirituality and the existence of the Creator. It is born at the furthest degree from the Creator, in a degree called this world. Yet, when the soul is independent from the influence of the upper light, which is the Creator, it also lacks the power to understand its state, its reality, the purpose of its life. It follows that the Creator must prepare the right environment for the soul to develop and grow. Once the starting point has been prepared for the soul, it must be given a possibility to rise from that state and reach the Creator's degree. But how can this be done if after no light reaches the soul, who is at the degree of this world? For this reason, the Creator provided us in this world with a remedy called the surrounding light, which shines even to the restricted soul. There is a wonderful, invaluable remedy to those who engage in the wisdom of Kabbalah. Although they do not understand what they are learning, through the yearning and the great desire to understand what they are learning, they are waking upon themselves the light that surrounds their souls. One who has not been awakened in this life will be granted in the next life, etc., etc., until one is awarded, completing the Creator's plan, which He had planned for him. And while one has not obtained perfection, the lights that are destined to reach him are considered surrounding lights. This means that they stand ready for him, but are waiting for him to purify his vessels of reception, at which time these lights will clothe the able vessels. Only proper study of the wisdom of Kabbalah can bring man to the purpose of his life. This is what Kabbalists are saying, and who knows about reality more than they? In the cascading of reality from above downward, a ladder of degrees was formed on which a person climbs back. The souls rise to obtain the purpose of creation, beginning with this world, which is the lowest degree, When our soul ascends to a certain degree, it means that it receives the light in that degree. To know the name of each degree, we need only know the names of each type of light. Then, when we read the Torah, we will understand which spiritual actions and which places and degrees in the upper world are being discussed. Then, we will no longer mistakenly think that the Torah discusses anything below the spiritual world. We will not think that the Torah speaks of our corporeal lives of history or how to manage ourselves in our material lives. Instead, we will know that all books of Torah are actually instructions telling us how to achieve the purpose of our lives while still living in this world. So we will not have to return to this world cycle by cycle and repeatedly suffer this vain, purposeless, and useless life. Around us is only simple upper light and complete rest. This means that the Creator's intention is unchanging, and it is the same in all his actions to benefit man. A person feels the Creator only to the extent of one's equivalence of qualities with the Creator's qualities of bestower. If qualities, desires, intentions totally contradict those of the Creator, one does not feel the Creator. According to one's sensation, a person calls that state this world. If one succeeds in changing a certain quality and makes it somewhat similar to the Creator's quality of bestower, it is considered that that person has gone from the state of this world to the state of the spiritual world. Thus, one enters the first degree of the ladder of degrees towards nearing the Creator. All the changes are only written within man and one's vessels of reception. But other than man, there is only the upper light, where there are no changes. By obtaining a part of the upper light, one obtains and feels a part of the Creator. I will bring this video to a close, but in ending this video, please feel free to share it with others. And if you would like to see more of this type of content, please click the subscribe button below on this channel. Also, after subscribing, if you click the notification bell, you will be notified of any new videos that I make. I would also love to have your comments and questions below. Just be respectful to one another. And again, I say thank you.